202,000. They are packing on now compared to how they used to. Jake, I think it was you that just asked how many miles I'm doing. It's about a tank a week, which is 275. With the mountains around here in Ohio, I would get around 300 just because it was flat and driving was easy. But here you're always going up or going down hills, and somehow they don't even out. So anyways, today is Tuesday. Headed to the shop. We got to figure out how to ship that engine, schedule a freight company to come pick it up. I've got to do some emails, some parts quotes, the usual stuff. It's a beautiful day. I'm driving with the windows down right now just to blow the pollen off a little bit, and then once I'm on the highway I'll put them down. All that paperwork over there is for the freight company, so shipping the engine is the goal today. Looks like it's going to get done. I quoted FedEx first because we have a business FedEx account, and their quote from Escondido, California to Hudson, Ohio is $3,200, which seems a little bit ridiculous considering this is a 40 by 40 by 36. I'm estimating it to weigh 500 pounds. My scale over there is only rated to 400, and even if it were rated to 600, there's no way I could put this pallet on that scale. I don't know if I showed you the scale, but it's a postage scale from Staples. It's the better one that goes up to 400 pounds. There's no way you're putting a pallet on there. So it's ready to be picked up by forklift of some sorts. We have it elevated just enough they could slide it under there. I'd have to move these arms from the lift out of the way. That's no problem. It's bigger than it needs to be. You know, this is the first one we've done, so the next one will be smaller. Can't really get much shorter. We've put a bunch of bubble wrap on top of there so it won't get hurt. I wrote Bill a little note and put my business card on there, so he's going to find that funny, the guy that built the engine that's in this car back in Hudson. But it could probably be at least an inch shorter this way, and at least 2 or 3 inches shorter on that dimension, and over here too. So really we could probably cut about 6 inches off the width, and let's see if we have an inch on that side. I wouldn't want to take off much back there. But it's ready to go. Should get out today. I'm going to shrink wrap the sides. I had debated cardboard. If it comes off a truck somewhere to get situated on another truck in the middle of the country and it's pouring down rain, then the cardboard gets dicked. So it was recommended to me to just shrink wrap this whole pallet instead. So we're going to do that. That'll go out today. We've been selling some parts off this car, not many. We haven't advertised it yet, so it's just kind of inside people that know they want stuff. We've sold the Mark, well, he hasn't paid yet, so I guess not technically, but supposedly we're selling the Mark III, the 16x9, the Mark III bracket, the 16x9 bracket, the 16x9 bezel, the BM53, and the BM53 bracket. And something else, the door, like this is from the other car, but this is the door with the nav hole. The guy's retrofitting nav on a 5 Series. And then this has a wheel bearing in it, and I think the guy wants these. He hasn't replied to me. These are the washer jets. So all of that stuff's pending. And then I'm going to do a video here in a couple minutes for E39 Source going over what is left in hopes that people will see some stuff and be like, oh, I want that diff, or that door, or those wheel spacers, or a headliner, or whatever we have here. So this afternoon I worked on invoices and some spreadsheets and a bunch of back-end admin work. We got the engine picked up, scheduled that with, was it YCR or YRC Freight? I got a quote through FedEx. We've been shipping everything larger than like little envelopes and stuff, which we use USPS for, but we've been shipping everything else with FedEx. We have an account with them, we get a little bit of a discount. So I plugged in all the parameters, the date, origin, destination, all of that. Takes like 15 minutes of entering paperwork, and got the quote to ship that engine to Ohio, and it was $3,239, which, why would anybody do that? FedEx, they must offer freight, but nobody would ever pay that. I mean, that's 8 times the competition. So we ended up about $490. We shipped that almost all the way across the country. They picked it up today, although they screwed up. I requested a lift gate. The guy shows up, doesn't have a lift gate. Thankfully, the people in the suite next to us had leased or rented a forklift and were available, so we were able to use their forklift to put the pallet on the back of the truck. So that's on its way. We sold a couple small things today, just some stuff, you know, that kind of work. Then I brought the T5i up there. I did an update video on the Sterling car, everything that's left, and hopefully that brings some traction, some revenue, and some sales when I publish that. Now tomorrow's rain, Thursday's rain. We go back into some cold and rain here for a couple days. So my car is up at the shop. The F10 is back here. The E60's outside. E39 is locked up in Escondido. So I'm not going up to the shop tomorrow. I need kind of a personal catch-up day. The house is a mess. I just got personal stuff to do here at the house. Thursday, I've got a guy coming down from LA to cut some parts, or from San Fran to cut some parts out of Sterling. And then I've got another guy coming over. I've got to install some parts, a door brake and a hood cable and maybe a steering wheel and airbag. So Thursday I'll be back up there somehow. I don't know how I'm going to get there yet. But it's crazy, it's busy, and I'm tired, so I'm going to go sleep, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, Wednesday. Good night.